So, afternoon peoples. I'll be out final test ride of this Lexmoto Apollo in, I would call it red. Some people call it burnt orange. I would say that is red. So we're going to get out, give this one a ride and just see what it's like. And if you haven't seen the Lexmoto Chieftain that was out Euro 4 last year, this is very, very similar. Obviously rebranded, called the Apollo. All the same controls, lockable seat and fuel caps there, seat hinges from the back, and decent set of foot plates down there. Love it. So all your basic controls: time, trip mileage, total mileage, fuel tank, speedometer in the middle, and your rev counter off to the right, and then your basic functions down here: horn, indicators, lights, pass button to the rear, start, different light modes. So you've got single, running light to the centre, and your LEDs, or full LED. Running light is very, very bright, and of course your kill switch. Mirrors, as I always go on banging on about these mirrors, great. I've got literally 1/8 of my shoulder in these. You'll probably pick that up off the camera, a little bit of my shoulder just there, but great view of the road behind. We've moved locations because we've had to obviously come down to Caldecott now, due to the fact that the garden centre has roadworks and they blocked all the road. I will show you on the way back, and it's made getting to work an absolute nightmare. 4-mile detour every day to get home and to work. So we're out, we're going to have a ride, we're going to knock some mileage up. 1.7 on it at the moment, 1.8. so first little bit of test mileage was done, but we're going to get out, we're going to get some mileage on this thing. And it's a very low sun this afternoon. You'll probably be picking up the glare on the camera from that. So what's it like on acceleration? And obviously up to 40 because it is a brand new bike. Straight there. It's a big old boat of a bike, this one, which is the one thing I did like about the Chieftains. They do fly along. So sitting at 45, that will do me. We're going to have a run out. Now I'm going to remember to go right at this roundabout because I turned left on the Harley the other day and it was just literally no left turn, no left turn. I ended up going out to Milton Keynes city centre, but that was a nice long run that we did on the Harley. Go and check out the video on that if you haven't seen it already. That is a nice bit of kit. So is this. There's a maxi scooter. And yes, you can get a rear rack aftermarket for this and a top box if you fancy a maxi scooter for doing your deliveries, or you just fancy a big maxi scooter for getting to work. Loads and loads of leg protection at the front. Not got the cold knees today. Nice little screen at the front, just vents the air away from the top of the helmet. But you get a good view of the road in front. You've got a good view of your dials. Apart from that low sun visor down, that will work. And you can probably pick up the wind noise. So it is very blustery. God knows where the sunshine came from, because they said it was going to rain all day. And obviously I was due to test ride this yesterday, but got abandoned just down to what was very, very windy, 60-mile-an-hour gusts and heavy torrential rain. I would have minded going out in it, but they said nope, you're not taking that out, play safe, wait and abandon till tomorrow. So exactly what I am doing. So the obligatory run down the dual carriageway like we normally do. You get a great view in those mirrors of the road behind you as well. Now obviously I was a big lover of the Chieftains. It was a big old boat, but the Chieftain was probably one of the best selling maxi scooters for ages. And obviously with the Euro 5 coming in, all Euro 4 bikes discontinued, new model out. We waited ages to get these. These Apollos are fantastic. A bit heavier than your standard bike, and obviously I do like the Titans. I'm a bit more prone now to the Diablo. I do like the styling of the Diablo, but the Titan is still a good bike if you look after it. But this Apollo is even better. especially in the heavy wind. Being a bit heavier a bike, it doesn't get knocked around that much compared to your very light little scooters. And we're just shifty over here. Do I chuck a filter in down the centre? We shall wait. And then Lorry Canyon. And this is the one thing you do like about being on a scooter. You can filter. And it gets you right to the front of the queue, as long as you're obviously watching cars left, cars right. Big gap on the left. Is he going to scoot across? No. That daytime running light. Thank you very much, Mr. Car Driver. And obviously being on a scooter, it is thin enough to filter through the traffic. I wouldn't want to be doing this on my GTR with its big panniers and big wide fairings, but obviously watching that rut in the middle of the road. Thank you much, Lee. See, all the cars move over for you. I love this. So, stuck in the rush hour traffic, not a problem. Get a scooter and filter. Love it. Now, I'm going to let white car go because I'm going to be going right. Thank you much, Lee. Green light ahead, look at that. How good was that? Doesn't take you long to get to the front of the queue and knock a filter in. We're going to go down into town, do a little bit of a round town just to see what it's like if you had to use this for your shopping commute or your office commute. But still does very, very good mileage to the gallon. They reckon this is around about 90 to 100 miles to the gallon if you're steady with the throttle. Oh, Jesus. That wind is a bit cold. Oh. They said it was about 9 degrees today. You lied. Wind chill factor. And green, oh no, yellow light. I thought I'd get through that green. No, it's a yellow. We shall wait. Tick over. It's very, very quiet tick over. Ticks over about 1500 RPM. And I can just about get my feet to the floor. Unless you scoot right forward on the seat, then you can get flat-footed. But it's a big old seat on this. Does splay your legs out quite a lot. So if you're 5'10", 32-inch leg, you will find this adequate. If you're a little bit shorter in the leg, you might need to obviously scoot forward on the seat when you pull up at lights. Right, and this is the reason why. So obviously this is my road to work. It's now open, one direction. It was since this morning, but other side of the road, from the top of the road there all the way down to the garden centre, they've been laying either a water main or a gas main. Incredibly filthy, bits of gravel everywhere, and they're in the process of cleaning up now, so it'll be about another week before that road is reopened. Fresh tarmac, yeah. You can see Rhythmic Biker and his team have not checked the potholes here. There's one for you, Rhythmic. Potholes everywhere, mate. They've not laid that tarmac very, very well. Down past the favourite nightclub, Pink Hunters. And then obviously speed camera down to 30 mile an hour. Nice and steady. But it soaks the bumps up well. Suspension on this is very, very good. Don't feel much of that coming back, but you can still feel through the handlebars of the road, which is what I like on a bike. Give me some communication with what the front end and the rear end are doing with the road. It don't take a lot just to give it a bit of revs and power it up, and away it goes to 30. So as I say, I love these, absolutely love them. Will my opinion change once I've had a few in and road tested after a couple of months? You never know. So, opinions are opinions, people. At the current time, I like this bike. Will I like it in 6 months? I do not know. We'll wait until the customer brings it back for the service and we shall see what the condition of it is like. As I say, wash and clean all the time. The obligatory coat of ACF 50. That's okay, you scoot the roundabout. I am indicating. It's amazing the amount of car drivers see a motorcycle coming, oh, I'll just scoot around, he ain't that quick. And believe me, we do see a lot of these what we call bell end car drivers. It's obviously schooly time now as well, so all the school traffic waiting for children to come out. Can't be bothered to walk the children home like you used to do in the cold weather. No, I've got my Range Rover, I've got my Audi, let's get the car and drive half a mile. Lazy, just pure laziness. So as an overall bike, what do I think of it? It's big, it's bulky, but it does the job exceptionally well. And obviously give it my what I call my reach score. Rideability 10 out of 10. It rides lovely. I've got no issues at all with how this bike handles, especially round town, just nipping round the corners. And obviously damp roads, fresh tyres. The tyres are doing the good job of cornering. So 10 out of 10 for rideability. Affordability, it's not the cheapest one out. Affordability, I'm going to give it a, compared to other bikes, I would say we're going to give it an 8. There are cheaper versions, inferior quality though, but affordability, it's a little bit more out of your pocket. Now if you're staying on a 125 and it's all you want, you just want to have a bike just to run around on, yes, I would buy this. If you're just going to be doing a bike for first couple of years, I want to go big bike or I want to get a car license, I would go for something a little bit cheaper like a Titan or a Diablo. Comfort, oh excuse me, comfort, the full 10 out of 10. This seat is so lush. It's like riding an armchair. The suspension is great. Low speed handling, look at this, I can just literally inch that throttle, what, 5 miles an hour? And once you roll off the throttle, obviously the auto box goes into its neutral. Now I'm holding that with one hand, very low speed. I've not put my foot down yet. So, handling wise, 10 out of 10. So, what do I think of it? I'm going to mark this up at 48. Where are we going? See a woman driver. Can't forward park or reverse park. Oh, that's sexist. So, yeah, I'll give it 48 out of 50. This bike is a good bit of kit. What's it like over the potholes though? Ding 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 ding. Oh, nice. Believe me, I can feel them. It's not jarringly back-braking job. Round the roundabout would be nice, not straight over the top of it. Let's do it the easy way, through the middle. There we go. As you can see, typical Milton Keynes taxi driver. Just lob it over the sleeping policeman, as they call them. And that's what gets me, you know, Milton Keynes Council can afford to have speed ramps, chuck the tarmac in and build speed ramps and speed bumps and traffic calming measures. You can't afford the tarmac to fill your potholes though. That's Ringway for you. That's another dig at Rhythmic. And bless him, Rhythmic has been getting a hard time. His Sprint is in the workshop at the moment. Bless him. As we said to him the other day, buy a Kawasaki, they don't fail. Look, another pothole. More potholes. Look at the state of that road. Right, anyway, 6.8 miles on the clock. We'll get another one at least on the clock, get some mileage up. Final test ride tomorrow. Don't need to record that one. And then register the bike. Let's put the visor up, let's have some cold air for a change. Register the bike, give the customer a call, come collect your bike, it is ready to go. As always, these Apollos, Titans, Chieftains, all faultless, and everybody knocks the Chinese bikes. Now, we did have a Vogue in. We had the Vogue DS 500 in. Did my first review, yeah, it was good. Gentleman came back for his service. I said, what do you think of it? And he went, yeah, it's alright. It's nothing compared to my other adventure bike that I've got. I've got an Africa Twin 750. Okay. Do you think it's underpowered? He said, because I took it to green lane and it didn't have the torque to obviously get up some of the green lanes. I don't know, let me take it out. We gave it a service, took it out, gave it a run. And I took it to what we call the rat run. So if you've seen some of my videos with the little rat run, took it up there and put it in the mud down the country lanes. I mean, it did feel slightly underpowered compared to obviously other 500s and 600s that are out. And I commented it on the Lexmoto post, and yeah, I thought it was a little bit underpowered. Personal opinion. And believe me, the hate that I got back, oh no, it's the same engine as a CB500. Well, the CB500s were bland bikes anyway. Everybody had a CB500 and it just did the job. You know, it's like going to Harrods and buying a loaf of bread. You know it's going to be a loaf of bread. You go to Aldi's and get an Aldi loaf of bread. It's a loaf of bread. It's edible, but is it going to be tasty as a Harrods loaf of bread or a Marks and Spencer loaf of bread? Probably not. It's bread, and that's what I rated the Vogue as. You know, it does the job, but it's just literally like a loaf of bread, cheap loaf of bread. It does the job. It's all singing, all dancing, but the price does negate that problem. You know, you're getting a lot of bike for very, very little money. But he didn't like that. No, came back, why don't you ride one? I did the first review, mate. I'm still banging on about it. I said about this in the Harley video, and the guy still won't give it a rest. But I've got to say to him, thank you for your comments, because you've got his, I think he's got and clicked about 30 of my videos watching my reviews and left me a thumbs down. Doesn't bother me in the slightest. Thank you very much for the clicks, more monetization for me. And that's what people don't realise. If you're going to troll and start leaving thumbs downs, you've clicked the video. It's still a comment, and I class all comments as good. I like getting obviously people with their criticism saying, oh, Lexmoto's a Chinese rubbish. And he said to me, obviously in the comment, you know, the Vogue is probably the best thing to come out of China. Unfortunately, mate, get your facts right, it didn't come out of China, it came out of Indonesia. And Vogue are based in Mauritius. So go and check your facts before you start saying it's a Chinese bike, because some of the parts come out of Indonesia, mate. And it's the same with a lot of the people saying, oh, you know, I always buy Honda because it's Japanese. No, a lot of the Honda parts come out of China these days. So do Kawasaki parts and Yamaha parts. A lot of it's being manufactured in China, and there is nothing wrong with Chinese parts. So we're going to head back to the garage. Cup of coffee and a vape, I think. I'm going to warm up a little bit. And as the Chinaman once said, you know, if you're a Chinese man or a Chinese couple holiday in England and you buy one of the Mentos from London with the Queen on it or something, or Prince Charles now, would you get offended if it said made in China at the bottom? That just always tickles me. Oh, we bought something from London. Yes, made in China. Oh, probably could have got it cheaper in China. Anyway, enough of having a dig at people. Thoroughly enjoyed this ride. Don't forget, live stream Friday. All the boys of YouTube. The Friday night live streams become a bit of a cult classic now. Myself and Simon GTR 1400 have a little bit of a thing going on now on a Friday. So, as I say, 8 till about 10:30, 11 o'clock on my channel. Across the Simon GTR 1400 for the Friday night live after show party. But it's become a bit of a cult status now. People are saying, you know, do you stream every Friday? I try to stream every Friday. I've not missed one yet. But tomorrow may be slightly different. I'm going to try and get this video up tonight. Tomorrow, and obviously I'm not celebrating, but commiserating. 2 years ago, we lost a very, very good friend. Female friend who just literally took her dog out for a walk, killed over and had a heart attack at 39. And tomorrow I've got another anniversary of losing another friend, and that one is probably going to hit me quite hard because it was only last year, and I'm not going to go into it because it's starting to grate on me now. But if you're in the live stream, I will tell you about it. And I've just got to say thanks to Peaky Biker. Go and check him out. That guy is an absolute godsend. He's a good old, as he says, mucker. He's a good old lad. And Peaky's been sending me stuff because obviously Peaky's ex-military as well. Thanks, Peaky. And those little comments that you send me do get me through the day, mate. So yeah, especially the posts. But thank you for that. But tomorrow may be a little bit more difficult for me. But back at the garage, as always. Click like, subscribe, and until the next time, be well, ride safe, and from RB, it's a big goodbye from me. Check out that GTR.